Welcome to William Floyd's YouTube channel. This is Jack speaking. Career Day is coming up pretty soon, and the William Floyd Elementary Technology Club wanted to interview careers that interested us. So please welcome the Mastic Fire Department.
Why did you want to be a firefighter?
So I wanted to be a firefighter probably since the age of 3 years old, believe it or not. My parents used to tell me that they knew when I was a child that I'd be a firefighter. There's just something about it that I always wanted to be. I used to see the fire truck racing down the streets, no matter where I lived, and I just wanted to do it.
How long have you been a firefighter?
I've been in the fire department now for about 28 and a half years.
How old would you have to be a firefighter?
Well, in order to be a firefighter, you have to be 18 years old. But we do have an Explorer program, which teens can join at age 14. You have to be either 14 or in 8th grade, I believe. And you can join the Explorer program and learn, a lot of the skills that we use to become a firefighter. And then at 18, you would join the regular fire department and get to ride the trucks and go to the calls and do all that stuff.
How many hours do you work?
So that depends because we are a volunteer fire department. So we put in a lot of different hours depending on how many calls we get a week. We also have to go to all sorts of training. I do work in emergency services outside of the fire department. I work as a paramedic also and in emergency management. So I work full time doing that at 40 plus hours a week. But when it comes to specifically the fire department, it really all depends. If we have a lot of calls during the week, then it's going to be more hours than say the week before. I would say on average, we probably spend between calls and training, maybe 15 to 20 hours a week, doing what we do.
When you were a little kid, was that what you wanted to be?
So yeah, so like I said before, when I was a young child, I just had this interest in the fire department that was very immense. I just always wanted to do it. A lot of firefighters come from like a firefighting family where they'll have either a father or a cousin or some sort of family member that's involved in it. I didn't really have that. I had an uncle back when I was a child that was in a fire department in Nassau County, not even around here. But I didn't really get to experience anything with him because he was already out of it by the time I was old enough to realize what it was. So I just had this overwhelming desire to want to be a firefighter since I was very young.
Have you ever failed to save someone in a house that was burning down?
So I have never been in a situation where we had a failed rescue attempt, but we've had successful rescue attempts, and sadly we have had situations where people have passed away in a fire, but it wasn't it wasn't a rescue situation. Like it was kind of discovered after the fact. Sometimes people are trapped and you just don't know it. But as far as a failed attempt, no, we've never had that.
How many fires have you been in?
Actual fires, I don't even know if I'd be able to put a number to that. Over the last almost 30 years, you average maybe 4 to 5 fires a year times that, so it's a lot. It's hard to quantify that.
How do you stop the fire?
So stopping a fire is done in a bunch of different ways. So, everybody knows about putting water on the fire, right? So depending on the type of fire, most of the times you're going to use water. But if you have a grease fire, we can use, water would spread that. So we use a certain powdered extinguisher. We also have another extinguisher that's called, it's actually carbon dioxide that takes the oxygen away. And so when there's no oxygen, the fire needs that to burn. The carbon dioxide removes it, and the fire will go out on its own, almost like suffocating it. Those are really the main ways we would do it. For the most part, it's putting water on the fire to get it to stop.
Did you go to college?
Yes, I went to college. Believe it or not, I went to college for something totally different, though, initially. When I graduated from high school, I was going to go into the communications field and do like TV and radio production. And initially I thought I would be working at like a big news station possibly. And then that didn't really work out because back then it was hard to find jobs in there. And when the professors told us about that, I decided to change career paths. So that's how I ended up not doing that and doing this.
How much school did you have to go through to become a firefighter?
So there's a lot of classes that you have to take to become a firefighter. There's different certifications, but to get the main New York State firefighting certificate, it's probably close to 250 hours of training initially. But we always train after that. So after you get the initial firefighter 1 certificate, you would continue with different components. There's rescue school, there's school for leadership and stuff like that. But it's probably, I would say, around 250 hours on average just to become a firefighter 1 through the New York State.
Do you guys have a firefighter dog?
No, we do not have a firefighter dog.
What do you do when you are not working?
So when I'm not working, I spend a lot of time with my kids. I have 2 girls that are still in school. They're very busy with between school and some of the things that they do outside of school. So I spend a lot of time with them, and we like to go on vacations and stuff like that. And when I'm not working, just trying to take care of my house and do normal stuff.
Have you ever saved a pet?
Yes, that we have done numerous times. If it's safe to do so, we will, if we get to a real fire and the people, are safe outside and they tell us that there are pets trapped in the house, as long as it's safe to do so for the firefighters, we will try to go in and get their pets. And we have numerous times done that and been able to save pets, both dogs and cats.
Thank you for joining us today. That conclude our interview with the Mastic Fire Department. Please like and subscribe to our school YouTube channel for more interviews.